Hello, I'm Lisa Reynolds from Learning and Teaching Services, and in this short video we're going to look at what's new in Moodle 3.6. The latest version of Moodle brings with it improvements for the dashboard and for assignments, quizzes, forums and more. This presentation will look at the main improvements and changes in detail. New improvements on the dashboard. You can star units to create favourites and hide units from view. You can filter your unit overview list by in progress, future, past, start or hidden. You can change the view options between list view, card view or summary view. And you can sort your options by last access date or unit name. If activity completion is enabled in a unit, the students will see a progress bar which shows the percentage of items with activity completion that is enabled that the student has completed. A new timeline block on your dashboard gives you an overview of deadlines for activities across your units. And it can be sorted by due dates or by date or unit, and you can filter the number of items to show. The starred units block may be added to your dashboard to show the units you have favorited or starred. You are now able to send group messages to your students. When you create a group in Moodle, you have the option of enabling group messaging. When you duplicate an activity or resource, the copy is now easier to locate, as copy is appended to the item's name. You are now able to drag and drop media files directly into a topic or week section. And your favourite video types will now display across devices and browsers with subtitle and caption support. A file type selector is now available that allows you to specify the required file types in an assignment or workshop. File types can be selected from a list. File and media support is now available in the assignment feedback comments. User and group overrides are now available in assignments. Like you already can in quizzes, you can now extend dates for a student or a group of students. Grade by reminders are now available in assignments. You can now set a reminder in the availability settings, which will display on the timeline on your dashboard. Negative scores are now available in Moodle rubrics. You can now add negative scores to take into account things like late penalties. Activities can now be not shown on the unit page with stealth activities. In the Edit menu, you can choose Make Available but Not Shown for a hidden item and link to the item elsewhere. You can now select an option for a student in the Choice activity, and students will now see how the results will be displayed before making a choice. You can now lock a discussion forum so that students can no longer post to it after a specified time period has passed. You can now add accepted file types for upload in an essay question by choosing the required file types from a list of options. You can now have multiple answer responses in Cloze questions. And the quiz statistics report now has improved usability for the display of randomized questions. The drag and drop markers question type is now easier to edit, as you can see the coordinates as you move the marker on the image. You can now also add tags to glossary entries, forum posts, book chapters and database entries. And you can now filter quiz questions in categories by tags when adding them to a quiz. In a page resource, you now have the option to show or hide the last modified date. And in activity completion, you can now bulk edit and update activity completion settings for your unit. You can now manually mark activities as complete or incomplete on behalf of students. These will display with a red border. When you enable an expect completion date for a resource or activity, this is now displayed for the student in the timeline block on their dashboard. You can now access the participants page from the administration block under enrolled users. You now have more options, including the ability to search, filter, bulk edit users, add to a group, and add to a role. You can now record audio or video directly in the Atto editor. And you can now use the new global search to search for content in Moodle. In the calendar, you can now drag and drop calendar events to a new date. You can now see interactive and responsive charts that show reports dynamically to unit participants. You can now hide yourself in the online users block by closing the eye icon next to your name. You can find the Switch My Role To function under your user menu at the top right-hand side of your screen. You can now revoke badges in the Manage Badge Recipients page. Thank you for watching this presentation. If you have any questions or specific issues regarding the Moodle upgrade, please contact TASAC.